Hey, what's going on, everybody? We're gonna be getting started shortly, but make sure y'all come in. When y'all come in, hit that like button. What's going on to everybody who is in the chat? My day is going very well so far. I'm off today, which is a good thing. This is actually going to be a pretty quick live stream. It shouldn't go over 2 hours because I actually do have to head out a little bit later on this afternoon. So it's not going to be a long live stream, but I had to get it done today because I'm pretty much like from Sunday through Tuesday, I'm going to be pretty busy. So I won't have any opportunity outside of right now to do this live stream. Just going to wait for a few more people to come in, and then we're just going to go ahead and get started. Shout out to all my subscribers who are not on the East Coast, such as Philip Redden. He's all the way from LA. And even those who are across the pond who are able to watch right now. And speaking of, I see one person from Spain. Shout out to you, Mr. Organicals. I see. Okay, we got New Mexico. Okay, we got Canada. I think Canada is on Eastern Standard Time, if I'm not mistaken. I think they are on Eastern Standard Time. And Miss Cardio Queen, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to go in on one of your hometown, one of your Canadian homies today. You see the name in the title, but I'm sure you don't mind though. Here we got Texas, Omaha, Nebraska. I'm seeing a lot of people who are on the West Coast or in the Midwest and overseas. And it's crazy because like if you're on the East Coast, you got the same time as me. Ms. Brooklyn, you said you on the East Coast. I can just about guess where you're at. I can guess that your city is in your name. Oh, what's up, Lowcast? You said you on the treadmill. I was supposed to go to the gym this morning, but I got lazy. That's fine. I'll be back in there on Tuesday. Well, we're going to discuss it today, Star Showers. I was going to talk about this in a pre-recorded video, but I said I can't get everything that I want to talk about pertaining this topic in a pre-recorded video. So I said, let me go ahead and do a live stream. I would have did it sooner, but I was so busy, like between work and just other things. So I wasn't able to get it done before then. So this is the only time I had carved out to talk about this. And it's literally been on my mind for like the last couple of days. And trust me, just because you see Daniel Caesar's name in the topic in the title, It's deeper than what he said in that video in his Instagram live. But we're gonna get to that. We're gonna work our way up to that. All right, y'all. We're just gonna go ahead and get started. Whoever comes in will just come in. And like I said, when I talked about wanting to discuss this topic, I said I wanted to do it in a live stream format because I wanted some engagement from my audience. Now, because I am pressed for time, I will not be able to open up the panel to anybody because then that means I will end up going over for a long time. So this is going to be me discussing this, but I will be looking at your comments as we go along. But the first person we're going to talk about is this YesJulz character. Y'all can see her picture up on the screen. Push one in the chat. What's going on, Town Biz? It's not so much me just giving her the attention, Town Biz. It has something to do with her, but more so with Daniel Caesar. But I have to let people know the root of why he said what he said. And then I'm going to really go in. So I always like to start at the beginning and work my way up. For those of you who don't know Daniel Caesar, because a lot of people say they don't know who he is, but y'all have heard his songs. Y'all know that song he did with her called Best Part? That's him. Or that other one where there's another song he had that came out a couple years ago called Got You. That was him. So if y'all like go on YouTube and look it up, y'all will know exactly who I'm talking about. I never heard of this chick either up until a few days ago, but people just kept talking about her. I was like, okay, what did she do? And then I'm looking it up and it was like, oh, okay. So now I see why people are upset. But at first I was only going to go in on Daniel Caesar, but then I said I have to start at where it began and then work up to where it is now. Because trust and believe, I'm gonna play the video that he and when he said what he said, but I can't play it on the screen because the sound will get taken out and you won't be able to hear it. So I'm gonna have to play it over my phone and then I'm gonna like stop and go so y'all can actually understand or hear what he's saying. Then I'm gonna give my assessment on everything he said because everything he said in his Instagram live video was some bullshit. But we're gonna work our way up to that. Gina A, you said, "Oh, you mean no Jules?" If it wasn't copyright on this thing, I would play the song for y'all, so y'all would know who he is. Because I'm telling y'all, y'all most likely heard the song, but you just didn't know the artist's name. But like I said, we gonna work our way up to that. But let's start off with this individual right here. Besides the fact that she looks like that she has a golf ball face with a tennis ball head, this bitch is racist as fuck. Okay, she is. Now, her racism didn't just start from what y'all heard this week. Her stuff started like a couple years ago, and I'm gonna show you what I mean when I say that. Do y'all see this picture right here that said niggas lie a lot? She actually, this was back in 2017 when she put out a tweet and said, "Is this okay for me to wear?" That's where her whole racism thing started at, right there. Gary Johnson, he said she looks like Justin Bieber's brother. She looks like one of them. She looks like one of those guys from them boy bands back in the '90s, like Backstreet Boys and NSYNC. Yeah, but she wore like she asked social media, was this okay for her to wear? as if she didn't know that social media, especially the black sector of Twitter, or as a black Twitter, was not gonna deal with her ass accordingly for even putting that up as a suggestion. You're right about that, Reve, but she won't wear that. That's admitting truth. You know, many of them don't like the truth, even when it smacks them in the face. Now that's where her issue started at. Now I'm gonna go back to her picture, and then I'm gonna tell you where her problems just constantly progressed. Let's see here. So she came out with these uh this rap or this freestyle, and in it she made a diss at black people and tried to cover it up. Now, what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna find the lyrics and read to y'all what she said. Because if you didn't, because of the way that she's rapping, it may be hard for you to really catch what she said. So hold on right quick while I go find these lyrics. Okay, I found them. Y'all ready? She said, "Don't let me start snapping. I might on your neck. Should have never let me in. Miami like Khaled. All I do is win." Now she says, "Should have never let me in." What does that sound like? Says, "Crept through the industry cutting. My feelings are hurt and these artists are starving. They keep a cig loaded. They walking around gloating. Their children are loaded. Small royalties afford the change floated. Never wanted a range or needed nice things. Just wanted to see all my mains growing. Never been one for the fame. Just keep my head down and stay never not working." Now listen to this part that she's about to say. "Because my ass is fat and my skin ain't black. I'm the vulture that you're hunting, yet they never do nothing. They never give back. They keep killing blacks." Shout out to Gregory 2 cents for the donations. So in that so-called freestyle, the only thing she did correctly was admit that she is a culture vulture. But I think the only reason she did it is because people kept coming for her neck, and rightfully so. Oh yeah, I'm very sure that she did get butt implants. As a matter of fact, I'm glad you said that. Let me pull up this picture. Hold on, because she looks a hot ass mess. You want to know what's so crazy? When she was doing that so-called freestyle, guess who was sitting next to her, like literally, like in a way, co-signing her? Fucking Soldier Boy. He was sitting right next to her as she was saying that. Sorry if I'm hurting your eyes, but you can blame Tristan C for talking about her butt implants. That's the only reason I brought a picture this picture up. Exactly, LJ Johnson. I just said that he was right there beside. As a matter of fact, he was the one that recorded. I think he was on Instagram Live, and that's how the video surfaced of her giving that freestyle. So it came from his phone because they were in a radio station, and I think they were doing an interview. All right, let me click off of this because I think your eyes have been hurting enough. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read some tweets that she put out. Now these tweets I'm about to read is the reason Black women are mad at her. Shout out again to Gregory 2 cents. He said rapper Murder Mook also defended her. She's gotten a lot of defense these days, but I think Daniel Caesar's defending of her, which I'm going to play on the audio for, not yet, probably takes the cake. Like his literally is like coon personified. Now I'm going to read to you some tweets that she put out there. And like I said, this is the reason why I think Black women were mad at her. So I don't know when these tweets were actually posted, but these are some things that she said. It's a guarantee in any situation. I walk in a room with a group of girls. Room has men from every ethnicity. Black men beeline straight to Jules. Black girls don't like me because Black men do. Hashtag white thoughts. Damn, why do all these Black girls hate me? I've been so nice. Then she puts an asterisk next to the next where it says walks out the club with a light skinned dude. Like, like I said, like exactly. She sounds real corny. She sounds real goddamn corny. Like I don't know what her end game is here. Like it's like she's trying to grab people's attention, but she's going about it the like a horrific way. It's like, does she not have a publicist? Clearly, if she doesn't, or if she does, they don't give a damn about her. They just like literally hanging her out to dry. I don't think. Well, I know this for a fact. Nobody is hating on this chick. Like I said, many people didn't know who she was up until shit. For me, well, it wasn't even probably a week ago. It was probably just a few days ago. I gotta go look up what this Murder Mook said because everyone keeps mentioning his name in the chat, and I must have missed his whatever. Okay, let me look it up right here. It says collateral coonery. Interesting. Murder Mook caping for YesJulz gets him dragged and fried on Twitter. Let me see if I can find his image. Oh, this. Oh, I did see this picture. I just didn't know. I just didn't know where it came from. This is actually a perfect image right here for him. This is a perfect. This is a perfect image. You got the black Superman saving the white Lois Lane, cape and all. But let me go ahead and read what it's saying on Hip Hop Wired. It says the biggest news of the day for many was YesJulz attempting to come for Scotty Beam and Karen Civil failing. While Twitter quickly dragged the culture vulture, part of the collateral damage was rapper Murder Mook getting called for what many considered to be coonish behavior. While YesJulz was attempting to slander Scotty and Karen, who happened to be Black women, Mook was egging her on, putting the battery in her back to name names. Then in another portion of the interview making the rounds, Mook is seen saying he gives white people, including non-Jules, that's what they wrote, a pass when it comes to using the N word. Mook tried to address the heat and just made himself look worse. He says, and this is from his Twitter account, Black people always pro-Black until it's time to help another Black person. Miss me with all that fake shit. Everybody hate the white man until the rent is due. Suck a dick. Those were his tweets. And you notice that is the most common coonish response that they always give when Black people call out white people on their racism. You want to know what's so crazy? What I just read from his Twitter account is not even closely or remotely worse than what Daniel Caesar said. That's why I'm saving Daniel Caesar for last. Because he is he displayed levels of coonery in that Instagram live video, unlike anything I've seen in a while. But let me continue. Now I'm going to read some of the responses. Somebody said, in the company of a white woman, Mook said that Black women were annoying. He told YesJulz she was Black, called her a nigga, and told her multiple problematic things she's done wasn't wrong. Somebody get this clown. Somebody else said, who the fuck cares what Murder Mook thinks at a time like this? Someone else said, Murder Mook once said that's hypocritical like a dying hippopotamus, and that's all you really need to know about him. Murder Mook to YesJulz, I think you Spanish. That's my time for the day. Someone said, Murder Mook reminds me of a very low time in my life that I would never want to go back to when I was broke and didn't have the cable and watched the same 4 Smack DVDs all day, and now he's the WB Frog. Someone else said, YesJulz talking crazy about Scotty Beam and Karen Civil and Murder Mook sitting there pandering. That's why he ain't been relevant since dial-up internet. God damn. I'm telling you, when you get Black people upset on Twitter and they can come out with their jokes, you would swear a lot of them are some damn comedians. Someone said Murder Mook is a slim white cardigan interviewing YesJulz. Loaded Lux won all the battle streets is done. Someone else said the way Murder Mook was behaving in front of YesJulz, and they gave like a gift, like a what the fuck emoji. Wow, that was that was interesting. But like I said, it's that same, like when he said that people like to only be pro-Black, this, that, and the third. That's the typical coonish response that they use when they are backed into a corner, when they deliver out coon-like behavior. Like he had the nerve to call this white chick or refer to her as if she was Black. This chick don't even look ethnically ambiguous. She don't even look like one of her parents or maybe a grandparent is Black. Tristan C. Charles, he said Kodak Black said he's in the same category as Pac, Biggie, and Nas. No, the hell he ain't. Because see, when Pac, Biggie, and Nas rap, we can actually understand what they're saying without having to use a translator or closed captioning. With Kodak Black, he raps just like how he talks, very unintelligently. And I remember when I had to go in on his ass a couple years ago when he had that damn Cash Me Outside bitch in his video, and people came in my comment section saying that I was being mean. No, the hell I wasn't. If anything, I wasn't being harsh enough. Make sure if y'all haven't done so already to hit that like button. Because she's Italian. Oh, get the fuck out of here. The Italians haven't been considered, or should I say, seen as quote unquote niggers for over 100 years. In this day and age, they are classified as white. Hey, Terrell, sorry about it, but cooning happens all the time, no matter what the month, the day, the time, the year, the season. It happens all the time, unfortunately. I would like to, it's like, I classify it as a mental illness? I don't know. So now, okay, so I don't know what this chick is. Is she white? Is she Italian? Is she Puerto Rican? What is she? Because I don't know what she is. Because I'm seeing a plethora of things involving her. So you said she was. She said she was Puerto Rican and half Italian in that interview. White. I don't see anything that will elude me to believe that she is black or even, like I said, ethnically ambiguous in any way. Nothing. Good one, Alana B. You right about that. You right about that one. I like how you did that. Good wordplay. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to pull up the main video as to why we are here today. And that is that Daniel Caesar bullshit. We are going to break down what the fuck this idiot had to say. And for those of you who don't know who Daniel Caesar is, I just pulled him up on your screen. That is Daniel Caesar. Now, what I'm going to go and do is find this video, and we are going to break down this bullshit that he said. Because it was just that. Some bullshit. Hold on, let me make sure I have everything set up. Got this damn ad playing. All right, let's go. In this chat right now, I can't tell. Yo, I'm not. Make sure there is. I love you guys. Yo, you guys are listening, and I love you guys so much. But this, we're like talking about something serious. So I'm like, I don't want to talk about shows or like being, like artist stuff. Why? I don't know which black people are in here, but I want you guys to talk up right now. Why? Why do we? I heard second joke. Why are we being so mean to JulZ? Why are we being so mean to white people right now? Okay, so y'all heard what he just said, right? And I don't know why my screen is doing that. Y'all heard what he just said. He said, why are we being mean to JulZ? Why are we being mean to white people? Now, just in case y'all don't know, Daniel Caesar is from Canada. He is not from the States. He's not what you would consider to be ADOS. So he's out of touch with our reality. But he makes music that a lot of black people at this point used to listen to. I don't know what their status is on him now. But he said, why are we being mean to her? And why are we being mean to white people? As if we stirred them in the wrong direction. He threw his cape on not even a whole minute into his video. I'm only at the 33-second mark. We got this video is 5 minutes and 17 seconds long, so we're gonna be pausing a lot in between time. What's going on, August Dreams? Because I know that many of the black people that are from Canada or live in Canada, or based on what I have seen, they A lot of them migrated from the Caribbean or areas like that to Canada. And the reason why I say I noticed is because I noticed that a lot of not a lot of Black Canadians speak with an accent that sounds almost similar to those of people who may be from the islands. You have some up there that do speak the French, dialect, because French is one of the languages up there. But this guy threw his cape on 33 goddamn seconds into the damn commentary. My bad, Joe. I had to stop sharing the thing for some reason. I don't know what was going on with the screen. I wanted to leave the picture up, but I wanted to see y'all comments at the same time, and I can't do that if I play this on my phone and I'm trying to go back and forth between the screens. So I'm trying to read the comments. The running joke was with him when he said bridging the gap, because I think he mentions that the running joke was like, Daniel Caesar, the only bridge that needs to be gapped is the one between your teeth. And I could not agree more. But let me continue on with the commentary.
That's a serious question. Why is it that we're allowed to be disrespectful and rude to everybody else, and when anybody returns any type of energy to us, that's not equality? I don't want to be treated like I can't take a joke.
Hold on. And he just told him himself. Y'all heard what he said. Why are we allowed to be disrespectful to other groups of people? But when the energy is sent back to us, we can't handle it. He should be telling that to white people, because they have disrespected Black people, especially Black Americans, for eons. But of course, he wouldn't know that because, like I said, he's out of touch with reality. Now, he went on further to say that we act like we can't take a joke. Well, clearly, Daniel Caesar can't take a joke either, because if y'all remember, if y'all heard, they asked Dave Chappelle about Daniel Caesar. And Dave Chappelle said something about Daniel Caesar concerning his sexuality. He said that, that he might be gay. Now, I don't know how true or not that is. At this point, that's none of my business. Now, it's ironic that Dave Chappelle said this, and then a couple days later, Daniel Caesar makes this video. So, who can and cannot take a joke is the question. Let me continue.
I just went through the fucking Chappelle shit, and I had to, like, in the moment acknowledge that I was being fucking sensitive.
Okay, so he just admitted it right there that he didn't know about the whole Dave Chappelle thing.
You know what I'm saying? And I need to be able to take a joke just like everybody else. No. That's what it is. People are allowed to say what the fuck they want. And I'm allowed to feel how I want, but it's like, am I gonna fight them or am I gonna accept what they have to say and keep it fucking moving? Why are, like, this is, I only treat people that I don't respect and don't think that they can take a joke. I think that they're less than me. Those are the only people that I don't fucking say my honest opinion around. And that's disrespect. White people, I see what you're saying. White people haven't been just in the past. I have a...
Hold on. Red flag. Okay, if y'all could see the comment section, because it's like I said, it's an Instagram live video. Anybody who is familiar with Instagram live knows that when you're on live, the comments roll up and you can read them. Now, most of the people that are leaving comments are white people. So they're going to say things that are going to agree with him when it comes to talking bad about us, whether it's overt or covert. especially when it comes from someone who looks like us. Now he says, yes, I know white people were mean in the past. That was a response to someone in the comment section. No, Daniel, they're still like that today. As a matter of fact, they've doubled down thanks to technology. There was no in the past, that's in the present, and as far as I know, in the future. LJ Dawson, when Cory Booker said that stupid shit, I wanted to go up to Jersey and slap the remaining melanin out of his ass. For him to sit up there and talk about us to put ourselves in white people's shoes. No, we don't. Because you will never hear a white person tell us or tell them to put themselves in our shoes. What's going on, Dark Void? You're right, Augustine. Mean is definitely an understatement. He barely scratched the surface when he said that, but he said in the past. No, that's in the present. Oh, but he'll find out when he gets his wake-up call. He will find out.
Like, what are you gonna do about that? Tell me what you're gonna do about that. There's no answer other than creating understanding and keeping it moving. That's some biblical shit. Yo, bridging.
Okay. So he's asking, what are we going to do about white people being mean in the past? Now, mind you, he said in the past. He didn't say the present. He said in the past. See, Daniel Caesar comes off as one of those Negroes that has a lot of white people around him that probably never called him out of his name, at least to his face, and he thinks all white people are nice. He's one of those guys. He falls directly into that category. And shout out to Taylor Green for promoting the Cash App, PayPal, and information. Thank you. He is one of those, we are the world, heal the world, hold hands, and kumbaya. In his case, kumbaya. But like I said, this is just the tip of the iceberg. I'm only a minute and 50 seconds into a 5-minute and 17-second video. I told you we're gonna be stopping and going for a while. Like I said, he's gonna take up the bulk of this live stream.
You have to bridge the gap.
There it is. You gotta bridge the gap. He really do need to bridge the gap with some goddamn braces or some Invisalign something, because that gap is intense. He got a goddamn field goal sitting in his mouth. Let me continue.
I'm sorry, yo, I'm drunk as fuck right now, okay?
Well, you know what they say, a drunk mind speaks sober thoughts. Don't use that drunk shit.
But I don't care. That's not helping. I've seen it. Yo, as we are an independent company, Golden Child's an independent company. As an independent company, me and my dogs right here, we have the opportunity to employ black people. Mm-hmm. We put so much money in black people's pockets, but also we put money in white people's pockets.
Okay, so I will only give Daniel Caesar this one thing. He's an independent artist that owns his own label. I will give him that much, because not many artists can say that. That's probably why many people have never heard of him. He just kind of broke out into mainstream like not even like 2 or 3 years ago. And he's still trying to, I guess, break out into mainstream. Fine, fair. But he said he hires black people, to work for his company and everything like that. But when I'm looking at now what I thought was interesting, if you look at the video, if you get a chance, I'm gonna leave the link in the description so y'all can watch it for yourself. He panned the camera over at the table where he was sitting at. And he says he hires black people. And when you look at the people, not one of them individuals was black, except for probably the person sitting next to him, and he was a little bit shaky. I saw a lot of white faces at that table. Those of you who've seen the video know exactly what I'm talking about. He panned that camera over, and it was not that many black people at the table, except for that one that was sitting next to him, and he was really light in complexion. He almost looked like Jaden Smith. And he too, like Daniel Caesar, had that blonde dye in his hair. And he said, but guess what? I hire white people too. Okay, you hire white people. Every company has to have a quota of a certain amount of people. We know that. So what you have black people and white people there, that's how it's actually supposed to be. It's supposed to be a mixed bag of people working for your companies. See, the reason he said that is because he's trying to remove this whole thing from himself that he is not who they want him to be or not who he claims to be. You know, sort of like how white people say, I'm not racist because I have a black friend, or I have a black spouse, or I go to rap concerts, or I watch Love and Hip Hop. Okay. All right, like, do you want a medal? Let me continue. What's up? Patience is a virtue.
That's just what it is. Yeah, you guys are gonna. Yo, all I'm saying. You have a pure soul because your goal is love. All I want is love. I'm gonna keep it honest and say what you guys want, but it's like I truly believe in what I'm saying right now. I don't think that being sensitive to the point of not letting someone else say what they want around you. And you can be offended. That's fine. Tell them that they're a piece of shit. But it's like to not allow people to say what they want doesn't help you.
Okay, so y'all just heard that. He said it's okay. Basically, he's doing a lot of contradicting. He keeps tiptoeing back and forth. Like, it's a lot. He keeps saying that it's okay for you to call people out on their bullshit, but don't be offended. Like, huh? Like, that makes no sense. If you're not going to be offended, then why even say anything at all? Like, he's confusing the fuck out of me right now. I feel like I need to take something to get me through the rest of this damn video. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. He said it's okay to be offended. Nah, he said you can call them out on their bullshit, but don't be offended. Like, how does that work? Really? Thank you, Gina. I couldn't think of what it was, but that might be what I need, and I don't even take pills. Like, that shit made no sense. I'm gonna run it back a little bit so y'all can hear it clearly what he said.
What I'm saying right now, I don't think that being sensitive to the point of not letting someone else say what they want around you. And you can be offended. That's fine. Tell them that they're a piece of shit. But it's like to not allow people to say what they want doesn't help you.
So basically, what he's saying is people can say what they want. You can be mad. You can call them out, but don't be mad. Don't be offended. So that's him. That's him throwing the cape on for them again. So that lets me know, without a shadow of a doubt, that Daniel Caesar would allow white people, and probably has, to call him a nigga. That's the only thing I can grasp from this. He has allowed white people to say that word around him, and he never called them on that shit. I can tell that Daniel Caesar is probably the butt of every joke, and he probably doesn't even realize it. Let me continue playing this.
You have to look, yo, are we winning right now as a culture? Or like, are we on top of society? We're not.
Oh, so because we're not winning as a culture and we're not winning as society, we're supposed to accept the abuse. My goodness. Now, I'm going to be honest with y'all. This is actually my first time listening to the video in its entirety. Honestly speaking, I was literally waiting for today to actually really listen to this. with y'all. But he basically said, because we are not on top of society and that our culture is in danger, we should accept the abuse that is given to us.
And you can't win the game by choosing to not accept the winning team strategy.
Oh, he just told on himself right there. Y'all heard that, right? You can't be on the winning team without accepting the winning team strategy. Now, what does that sound like? Doesn't that sound like something that Lee Daniels told to Monique? That in order to win in this industry, you got to play the game. That's what Daniel Caesar just told us. We got to play the game. In other words, we got to be like him. We got to think like him. We got to talk like him and move like him in order to win in this game called life. Right, Alana? We got to be in a defeated state. We got to all be Uncle Ruckus and Bunny Ruckus and coons and tap dancers like him if we want to win. Yeah, I know Steve Harvey did too, but Lee Daniels was the one who I heard it from first. When she was back when the whole controversy came out about her being blackballed. I heard it from Lee Daniels first. Exactly, Shogun 305. That's what he wants us to do.
You have to acknowledge a strategy and then build a strategy on top of that. That will. I am black as fuck. I slept on a fucking park bench to get where I am right now. I went through it. We don't like that. We don't have. That's not being a victim doesn't get you paid.
Okay, he just used one of them Fox News talking points. I'm trying to even acknowledge that he was black, because I could have sworn he probably would have came out and said he's Canadian. For all I know, this might have been the first time he's ever admitted that he's black. I don't know. I don't follow him. But he said, we cannot be or do not be the victim. The way he said that is exactly how people like Tommy Lauren, or as y'all know, as I call the Saltine Queen, has said stuff like that. And she said it in that kind of tone. And a lot of all those Fox News pundits say it the same exact way. And whenever they say that shit, they are talking about black people. And they love to say that we are victims whenever we call out racism. That's the only time they do that shit. Well, let me move on from this. I was reading the chat.
That's all I'm saying. And I just want us all to get paid. Tell me to shut up. I believe in what I'm saying.
He believes in what he's saying, but we don't. I guess somebody got to believe in it.
I believe in what I'm saying, and I'm drunk as fuck, and people are freaking out right now. But I'm gonna say what I say because honestly, I've said what I've said before, and y'all tried to cancel me, and I apologize like a bitch. And I don't believe in that shit because I think you guys are wrong, and I think I'm right.
He thinks we are wrong, and that he is right. Well, first off, what you need to not do is get on fucking Instagram Live and make a fool of yourself while you are inebriated. So you would stop stuttering and stumbling over your damn words, so people can understand what the hell you're saying. But even then, your coonism is just seeping through your pores. Right, Coco? Who you said he had to get drunk to get his point across? You couldn't do this when you were sober. Like I said, a drunk mind speaks sober thoughts.
And so I'm gonna say it. And you can cancel me. I'm making music right now. I'll put it out. You guys don't have to listen to it. Cancel me.
You right about that. We don't got to listen to it. As a matter of fact, I deleted all 2 of the songs that I had in my Apple Music playlist that had him on it. All 2 of them.
Broke. You guys made me rich the last time, and I appreciate you.
Oh, hold on, I missed something.
I'm making music right now. I'll put it out. You guys don't have to listen to it. Cancel me. Make me broke. You guys made me rich the last time, and I appreciate you guys for that.
So what he just said, he said, fine, cancel me, make me broke. He said, y'all guys made me rich the last time. Let me remind you that it was the first time I ever heard of Daniel Caesar. I was in a gym. Back in 2017, and I heard his music playing over the speakers, and I was like, who is this? I found out who his ass was from my trainer, who is black. So Daniel Caesar, I found out about you through black people. I didn't find out about Daniel Caesar through a white person. I wonder if he's doing this in hopes that he's going to get some kind of crossover success. But we'll see, though. We'll see.
Don't listen to my next shit if you think I'm shit.
Don't worry about it. I won't.
I will go. It's okay. I'll go back under a rock. I don't need this. I believe in what I'm saying right now. This should be case study 1. This is case study 1, man. This is so irrational right now, but I don't care. Make me broke. Make me suffer for my opinion. I believe.
You know what? He keeps saying make him broke. You better be careful what you wish for. He better be damn careful for what he wished for. He said, be careful what you wish for.
Even it. And like I would see, I saw that shit. Honestly, even like I'm gonna keep it real. The Joe shit, like I was mad. You know what I'm saying? I was mad. The same way I was mad in the room with but it's like, say what you want, bro. I believe we all be projecting all the time, and I think that Dave was projecting, and I think that Joe was projecting as well.
When he says Dave is projecting, he's talking about Dave Chappelle. When he said Joe, he was talking about Joe Budden, because Joe Budden called him out too.
Insecurities. That's what you can only. This is fucking Einstein shit. The theory of relativity. You can only speak about what
all right, rap guy.
Relates to you.
Okay, that was the end of the. Sorry about that. Oh, that was an ad. Okay, that was the end of that. That was the whole thing before it cut off. Do y'all know in the chat what Daniel Caesar just did? I want to see if y'all know what Daniel Caesar just did in that whole video. Shotgun Shogun said career suicide, possibly, but that's not it. Natasha, he said, gave up on his career. I wouldn't say so. He's gonna try to keep pushing for that crossover success. Ended his career, tap dance. He definitely tap danced. No, but that's not it. I'm gonna look at a few more and then I'm gonna tell you what he did. He actually did it in the beginning of the comments at the beginning of his video. He gave cover. He gave white people a pass. Yeah, you know, but that's not it either. He said Illuminati rituals. Pigeon Bridge, I guess that got on my damn nerves. Yeah, he did that to everybody. I'm gonna tell you what he did. In this video, especially in the beginning, Daniel Caesar made an indictment on black people as a whole. I'm gonna say that again. Daniel Caesar made an indictment on black people as a whole, especially black people in America, in the United States. Because we were the only ones that really called him out on his bullshit. On that YesJulz chick, we called her out on her shit, and him on his shit. So when he was talking like that, he was talking to us. He basically threw us into a trick bag of stereotypes, mushed us all the way up to make white Zaddy and Miss Ann feel good. He said, "Why are we?" Thank you, Antoine Wood. The salute, brother Torian. Salute to you. He said, "Why are we being mean to white people? Why are we being mean to YesJulz? Many of us didn't even know who the chick was." And and notice nowhere in that video did he once call her out on her shit. Just like that Murder Mook character. He did not call her out on her shit. He threw that cape on and said, dun, 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 Coon Man. But he made a blanket indictment of black people in America, not Canada. Well, maybe in Canada, those who don't agree with him. And because he is Canadian, like you said, the game said he's a the game who was that? He said Waka Flocka throwing the show because he doesn't know what's going on. Exactly. He falls into the category that a lot of foreign-born blacks fall into, where you have people like those, like your Joy Reids and your Angela Rise and so many others over on those uh, mainstream media circuits and outlets who say stuff about us and saying how we don't deserve reparations and stuff like that. I wouldn't be surprised if Daniel Caesar was the same way. As if you would benefit, you were born in Canada. What's up, Gab Talk? But you threw an indictment on black people in America, for the most part, as I know, to cape for one white chick who, by the way, is not even ugly. She's not even oogly. That bitch is foogly. Oogly. And then he did the shit while he was under the influence. He was drunk as fuck. Could barely get his words together, but we understood what he said. And I have heard that black Canadians have gone through some sort of racism. Maybe not to the extent that black Americans have gone through, but they have gone through some racism. And Daniel Caesar, you may not have gotten your wake-up call yet, but it's coming. And trust and believe, when it hits, you already know what I'm going to be prepared to do. I don't get it. You literally threw us under the bus because we had the nerve to call her out on her shit. And the thing is, he's not the only one. Murder Mook, he's not the only one either. It's plenty of people that would back her up on this. YesJulz comes from a long line of white women who perpetuate this shit. And what's so sad is that you have some of us who help aid in that shit. Give them the yes, give them an okay, a high five, a thumbs up, a pound, whatever. He better hope that his ass don't get Me Too. I don't know if Me Too has stretched up to Canada or not. But he better tread lightly. Thank you for coming over, Mickey B. But like I said, if you watch the video, when he panned that camera over and he's talking about he hires black people too. There was only one black person at that table, and he was like very light skinned in color. And he was sitting next to him. Everybody at that table was not black. But the shit is pathetic. And so is he. And Murder Mook and anyone else that will come and aid and defend that chick. Talking about, oh, it's not a big deal. We're making a big deal out of nothing. It's amazing how we want to speak up for ourselves, call out bullshit, but then when we do, we have people like him that run interference and feel like they are the moral voice of character. Daniel Caesar is the type of black person that white people love. Myself, on the other hand, I'm the type of black person that white people loathe. And I'm perfectly okay with that. And to all my subscribers who are black Canadians that don't subscribe to his bullshit, I applaud you. Exactly, Tracy Delgado. He's not a threat. He said up there and say, go ahead and cancel me all you want. I said, okay, be careful what you ask for, because they'll do it. In every video that I've seen thus far talking about him, they literally gone in on his ass like I'm going in right now. Gonna sit up there and say, why are we being mean to white people? As if we oppress white people since the dawn of their existence. As if we snatched them out of them caves and brought them here to the States and caused them to work for days on end and for 400 plus years. Ran them through redlining and Jim Crow and all kinds of other acts of discrimination. He better sit the fuck down somewhere, go take his gap tooth ass to a goddamn orthodontist and get his fucking teeth fixed since he got all this money. And when he gets his wake-up call, and he will, y'all need to remember this video. Y'all, not my video, but his commentary and what he said. Because he's going to try to run his ass back. Look at what just happened with Terry Crews. He had all that stuff that came his way. And what did he do? Instead of letting us help him or, let us like speak up for him, he runs to fucking Congress into the Me Too heifers and feel that they were going to like literally welcome him with open arms. And then he said something that actually was true in nature to the LGBT community. They checked his ass, and now he wants to run back and apologize to black men for throwing us under the toxic masculinity bus. He better get the fuck from around here. Got all that damn muscle for nothing. Might as well be real skinny. Crying all in his damn tweets and shit. Like this shit pisses me off to no end. It's like whenever we call out bullshit, we're still made out to be the bad guy. That he used a lot of white supremacist talking points when it comes to try to calm us down or to try to make us stand down from shit. And they'll use him as a buffer whenever some shit happens. Well, Daniel Caesar said, y'all got to stop being mean to us, so stop being mean to me while I continue to oppress you. Because Daniel Caesar said so. Who the fuck is Daniel Caesar? You're right, Tracy. Like when black people came for Terry Crews's neck, and rightfully so, he wants to come at us. But he didn't have nothing to say for them white people who didn't welcome graciously. I swear I can't stand these damn turncoats. Now watch what's going to end up happening. That was I guess this was Daniel Caesar's rites of passage into whiteism. So now they're probably going to throw all types of endorsement deals and stuff at him and whatnot. He probably felt his career wasn't going very far, so he had to do this shit. You know what's so funny? Daniel Caesar did that song Best Part with her, which is a good song. But more people know about her than they do him. And that song is just as much his songs as it is hers. Because I think if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if he wrote the song or not, but I don't know if it was on her album. But more people know about her than they do him. But like I said, he'll get his wake up call eventually. They always do. Because karma never forgets. And karma takes many shapes. Karma is like a damn shapeshifter. It can come to you verbally, it can come to you physically. Hell, karma can even take you out. It's basically an entity. I think what makes Daniel Caesar, thank you, Gregory 2 cents. I think what makes Daniel Caesar worse than Drake is the fact that we know Drake comes from a interracial relationship. We know he has a white Jewish mother and a black dad. Daniel Caesar has two black parents. I was going to say that Hood Mistress Reloaded. Yeah, Karma is like Mystique from X-Men. Something gonna end up happening to him, and he gonna wonder why. Well, you got on your Instagram live and basically condemned black people and said, "Why are we being mean to white people? Why are we being mean to white people because we call them out on their shit?" That's called being mean? No, that's called calling people out on their bullshit. That's what it is. That's what it means. Oh, you talking about the football player? Yeah, I heard he got dropped from the team. They gonna learn this year. Hell, they gonna learn today. Because a lot of them think that they are untouchable. They get too damn uppity until their handlers hand them their ass on a platter. But like I said, basically he only said that because you can. That just is a testament to the people he hangs around. He probably hangs around a lot of white people. I remember when I think he performed at the what was it? I think he performed at the BET Awards last year. That was probably the most black people he has ever been around in his life. But yeah, like, and you put this stuff like, and you spoke about this on the internet. Did you really not think that people were going to grab that and run with it? Like, once something is put out on the internet, it is out there forever. Like, if y'all go and look and type into the search bar of YouTube, Daniel Caesar, YesJulz, you'll find the video that I played for you, the audio, but you'll also find a whole plethora of commentaries that people did on that shit. Daniel Caesar, you said, how old is he? Let's find out. Daniel Caesar was born April 5th, 1995. He is 23 years old. He will be turning 24 in a couple weeks. So that means he is at the end of the millennials. And shout out to King EMJ for the PayPal donation. Yeah, he's like right there at the end of the millennials, right before it goes into Gen Z. Yep, still wet behind the ears, most definitely. Thank you, Native Carrot Blackfoot, for the donation. Sorry about that, commit baby, but guess what? Good. Well, thankfully he's not a Taurus like me. Oh, Craig, he's going to get his wake up call, and it's going to be by them same people that he claims we hate, so that we disrespect so much. See, what happened was, YesJulz stepped her lily white ass into the kitchen and couldn't stand it because she got burnt. And when he saw that black people were coming down on her hard like they should have, he had to throw on his cape and put her out because she was about to burn up. And then he had to say, "Why are we being mean to white people? Why are we disrespectful to white people?" And all you know, white people gonna look at that and just eat that shit up and say, "Yeah, why are those blacks mean to us? We didn't do anything to them. We didn't. It's not like we owned their ancestors. We weren't slave owners. Hell, they weren't even slaves." You know that's the narrative they love to go with. Right, LJ Johnson. If something does happen to Daniel Caesar, will YesJulz come to his defense? Probably not. Appreciated, King EMJ. And Porsche 382, he probably doing all that damn caping and simping and probably still ain't gonna get shit from her. He probably won't even get a wink and a nod. Yeah, because like as I was listening to what he was saying, I was looking at the comments as they were rolling up the screen. And y'all should have seen the shit that they were saying. Just eating up everything that he was saying, even though it was all rooted in bullshit. And notice he kept saying, I. I'm glad he said that because his opinion is his opinion alone. I'm glad what he said is not rooted in fact. It's not chiseled in the wall somewhere. Appreciate it again, Gregory 2 cents. I'm not giving him a pass either because of his age. A lot of people say, "Oh, he's young." Bullshit. 23 years of age is an adult. You should learn the ways of life by now as a black person. Well, see, Simone, nothing has happened to him yet for her to come out and defend him. And see, he has to be caught up in something for her to say something, if she even says anything. And something will happen. It's not like he's going to skate through this squeaky clean. He's not. Keandre Bell, you said, I remember he won the Soul Train Music Award for Best New Artist last year and didn't even bother to show up, but he was more than appreciative to win that Grammy because he was there to receive it. Exactly. As a matter of fact, I did come across a picture of him when he was holding his Grammy. It was on Google somewhere. I was like, oh, I didn't even know he was nominated. So he showed up to the white show, but he couldn't even show up to the Soul Train Awards to get his award. But he isn't the only one to do that either. But since he's the topic of discussion, Tim's he actually in that video he said that he was black. Like I said, that was probably the one of the few times he publicly acknowledged it. But then again, he also said he was drunk too. So that means if he was sober, he probably wouldn't have said that he's black. And then notice also, and I don't know why I didn't catch it then when he was talking about who he hires. He says, "I hire black people, and guess what? I hire white people too." Why does it sound like when he said that it sounded like he was trying to make it seem like he was doing us a favor, saying that he hired black people? And that, basically saying that he hires us or he hires black people, and I guess that's supposed to like be a noble thing. You're supposed to like have a mixture in your company. Otherwise, people will start asking questions. Hmm. Alana B, that would have been funny as hell if he actually if that was a category and he showed up for that. Yeah, but I'm only going to be on here for a couple more minutes. Like I said, I wasn't going to be on here very long because I actually had to head out a little bit, But I had just wanted to bring this to your attention. Like I said, there was no way I could have did this as a pre-recorded video. I needed the audience engagement for this. Oh, don't worry. I'm going to keep calling them out without a doubt. That's that's another specialty of mine is calling out this bullshit. And that's exactly uh what this was. Some bullshit. All right, Drake 001. Appreciate you for coming through. All right, Taylor Green. Oh, I appreciate you for posting my links throughout the chat. He's probably upset too that he's not ADO West and that that's why he feels he gotta call this shit out too. I don't know. All right, Antoine. All right, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and end the live stream right here. I'm glad y'all were able to come through. I know that it was short and that it was early in the day. Usually when I do my live streams, I like to do them like towards the evening. But say, hey, I was like, hey, it's Saturday. People are off for the most part, and I still got a pretty damn good audience. But the playback will be available for those who missed it, and I will definitely be talking to you all later. you know, of course, I will be having some more commentaries and videos coming soon, and we'll go from there.